Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Naresh Mago with the midday news. The headlines. Parliamentary Standing Committee to discuss Uniform Civil Code tomorrow. Centre assures Gujarat of all possible help in view of flood-like situation in various parts of the state. Army implements three-tier security system including anti-drone teams and bomb squads for Amarnath Yatra. IMD forecasts a fresh spell of heavy to very heavy rainfall over South Peninsular India from today. Unrest continues in France following death of a youth in police firing. President Macron postpones visit to Germany. And Yuki Bhambri wins maiden ATP doubles title in Mallorca, Spain. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice will hear the views of stakeholders on Uniform Civil Code UCC tomorrow. The committee, led by BJP Rajya Sabha MP Sushil Modi, informed that views of all the 31 MPs and members of the committee would be sought and considered on UCC at the meeting. The Uniform Civil Code is a proposal to formulate and implement personal laws of citizens which apply to all citizens equally regardless of their religion, sex, gender and sexual orientation. Currently, the personal laws of various communities are governed by the religious scriptures. On 14th June, the Law Commission of India had solicited the views and ideas of the public and recognized religious organizations to examine the Uniform Civil Code. The monsoon session of Parliament will commence on the 20th of this month and continue till the 11th of next month. In a tweet, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi also called upon all political parties to actively participate in productive discussions on legislative matters and other important items during the session. Union Home Minister Amit Shah spoke to Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel today and assured him of all possible help from the centre in view of the flood-like situation in various parts of the state. Mr. Shah mentioned that the state government is fully engaged in providing all possible help to the affected people. He said that the NDRF and SDRF teams and local administration are engaged in helping people in these areas. The Home Minister asserted that the central and state governments are standing with the people in this difficult time. In Gujarat, the heavy rain in various parts of the state for the last 2 consecutive days has led to waterlogging in the low-lying areas, creating a flood-like situation in many parts of the state. However, the rainfall intensity was reduced today across the state. The heavy rain increased the water level in the majority of dams across the state, especially the dams in Saurashtra and Kutch. A report from our correspondent.
A large number of farms and villages in the low-lying areas of rain-affected districts of Saurashtra, especially Junagadh and Jamnagar, have been submerged in water, affecting normal life. Rescue operations are going on in these areas and people trapped in the water are being taken to safer places. Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel visited flood-affected Jamnagar district yesterday night and reviewed the rescue operations being taken by local administration. Union Home Minister Amit Shah also reviewed the flood situation in the state today and assured all possible assistance from the centre. The state has so far received a total 31% seasonal rainfall. Farmers are happy with the torrential rains and started sowing kharif crops. Amarnath Yatra, Akashvani News, Ahmedabad.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has lauded the Goods and Services Tax GST meetings as shining examples of cooperative federalism. Presiding over the 6th GST Day in New Delhi yesterday, Ms. Sitharaman also discussed the challenges of the fragmented indirect tax system prior to GST implementation with multiple tax rates, complex procedures and checkposts at interstate borders burdening the taxpayers and the common man. She emphasized the positive impact of GST on consumers with lower tax incidence on common use items compared to pre-GST rates. Ms. Sitharaman said GST helped increase revenue buoyancy of the states.
Before GST, state tax growth was only 8.3%, while GDP growth was 11.5%, meaning a low buoyancy of below 1 at 0.72. And after GST, the tax growth was 12.3%, while GDP growth was 9.8%, resulting in a high buoyancy of 1.22%, and I'm talking about years 2018 to 2023. So, pre-GST and post-GST, let's understand, GST has brought in greater tax buoyancy, therefore both center and state benefit.
During her address, the Finance Minister highlighted the benefits of GST for micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, by easing compliance through measures like the composition scheme and QRMP, quarterly return with monthly payment. She emphasized that technology has been the centerpiece of the GST facilitation revolution, enabling its success. The Goods and Services Tax GST revenue for the month of June 2023 stood at around 1,61,500 crore rupees, which is 12% higher than the GST revenues in the same month last year. Out of the total collection, Central Goods and Services Tax CGST was over 31,000 crore rupees. State Goods and Services Tax SGST was above 38,290 crore rupees, and Integrated Goods and Services Tax IGST was above 80,290 crore rupees. The contribution of cess is 11,900 crore rupees, including 1,028 crore rupees collected on import of goods. The National Investigation Agency NIA has conducted raids in the Patna and Darbhanga districts of Bihar in connection with the terror funding module of the Popular Front of India PFI. The search operations were conducted in the Fulwari Sharif police station area of Patna and Bahera in Darbhanga. Sources said one suspect has been detained on the basis of evidence obtained in earlier search operations and raids made in Bihar and Tamil Nadu. The NIA had earlier conducted simultaneous raids in Patna, Darbhanga, Katihar and Siwan districts in connection with the terror funding module of the banned organization PFI. Minister of Women and Child Development Smriti Irani has said that the government has helped in reuniting 3 lakh missing children with their families in the last 9 years. She also mentioned that the government has also helped over 7 lakh children in the same period. Ms. Irani said this while addressing the Regional Symposium on Child Protection, Safety and Child Welfare in New Delhi today. In her keynote address, Ms. Irani said that the government has taken several initiatives to ensure children's development and protection in the country. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. In J&K, the annual Shri Amarnath Yatra is going on smoothly. The second batch of around 4,500 devotees is undertaking the Yatra of Cave Shrine on both the routes. On the first day of the Yatra yesterday, more than 7,000 devotees paid obeisance at the Holy Cave Shrine from the Baltal and Pahalgam routes. Elaborate arrangements and unprecedented security arrangements have been put in place to ensure a smooth and hassle-free pilgrimage. The Army has announced the implementation of an upgraded 3-tier security system. In a press conference yesterday, Brigadier Amandeep Malhi highlighted the pivotal role of technology in the enhanced security scenario with the inclusion of quadcopters, night vision devices, anti-drone teams and bomb squads.
भारतीय सेना, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर पुलिस, सेंट्रल आर्म्ड पुलिस फोर्सेस, इन सब की टुकड़ियां पूरे रूट पर और अंदरूनी इलाकों में भी डिप्लॉयड हैं और यात्रा के लिए पूरी तरह सक्षम और तैयार हैं। जहां तक की सिक्योरिटी का सवाल है, हमारी डिप्लॉयमेंट हायर रीचेस, अंदरूनी इलाकों में जो रास्ते बनियाल टनल से लेके चंदनवाड़ी तक आते हैं, उस सब पर पूरी तरह से फुल प्रूफ सिक्योरिटी के इंतजाम किए गए हैं। इसके अलावा जो हमारा सर्वेलेंस ग्रिड है, इसमें हमारे एरियल एसेट्स जैसे कि क्वाडकॉप्टर्स, नाइट विजन डिवाइसेस सब तैनात किए गए हैं ताकि गैप फ्री 24/7 सर्वेलेंस हमको प्राप्त हो।
The first batch of the crew recovery team of Mission Gaganyaan completed phase 1 of training at the Indian Navy's Water Survival Training Facility WSTF at Kochi. Utilizing the state-of-the-art facility, the team comprising Indian naval divers and marine commandos underwent recovery training of crew modules in varied sea conditions. The 2-week training capsule covered a brief on the conduct of the mission, actions to be taken during medical exigencies, and familiarization with different aircraft and their rescue equipment. The training also validated the SOPs formulated jointly by the Indian Navy and ISRO. On the concluding day, Dr. Mohan M., Director of Human Spaceflight Center, ISRO, witnessed the recovery demonstration and interacted with the team. The team trained at WSTF will now be involved in the recovery of test launches planned by ISRO in the forthcoming months. The India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast a fresh spell of heavy to very heavy rainfall likely over South Peninsular India from today. The weather agency also predicted that normal to above normal rainfall over most areas of central India and adjoining South Peninsular and East India and some areas of northeast and northwest India for this month. The IMD also said that normal to above normal minimum temperatures over most parts of the country will be observed during the period. However, below normal minimum temperatures are also likely over northwest India. We spoke to senior scientist R. Janamani for more update.
Cyclonic circulation lies over the Bay of Bengal, and we have the trough running from the northwest Rajasthan to Nagaland. So mainly the heavy rainfall warning is for northeastern states, Sikkim, Bihar and East Uttar Pradesh, and also Kerala. We have the orange color warning. Delhi and Mumbai, the rainfall has been reduced, and Delhi has only light rain last 24 hours, and it will have a very light rain also during next 24 hours.
In France, nearly 500 people were arrested across the country on the fifth night of the unrest after the death of 17-year-old youth Nahel M., who was laid to rest yesterday. The Interior Ministry said a total of 486 people had been arrested across France as of 3 a.m. on Sunday. He said the level of violence appeared to have declined since rioting first broke out over the death of Nahel in the Paris suburb of Nanterre on Tuesday. Earlier, French President Emmanuel Macron postponed his scheduled visit to Germany as a result of the unrest in the country. A Syrian anti-aircraft missile exploded over the Israeli territory, the Israeli military said, prompting another round of strikes. The Syrian military said in a statement that Israel carried out airstrikes on areas near the central Syrian city of Homs early today, causing material damage but no casualties. Syrian state media quoted an unnamed military official as saying the air defenses shot down some of the missiles fired by Israeli warplanes flying over neighboring Lebanon. At least 51 people were killed and 32 injured in a road accident in Londiani, western Kenya, when a truck rammed into several other vehicles and market traders on Friday. Police said the accident occurred at a location known for vehicle crashes near the Rift Valley town of Londiani, which is about 200 kilometers northwest of the capital, Nairobi. Officers at the scene counted 51 bodies, but more people are believed to be trapped in the wreckage. Moving on to sports, in tennis, India's Yuki Bhambri clinched his maiden title on the ATP World Tour, winning the doubles trophy at the Mallorca Championships with South African partner Lloyd Harris in Spain yesterday. The Indo-South African pair defeated the Dutch-Austrian combo of Robin Haase and Philip Oswald 6-3, 6-4 in the final of the grass court event, the last in the build-up to the Wimbledon Championships. The 30-year-old Indian Bhambri, who is ranked 75 in the ATP doubles tennis rankings, is all set to jump up to a career-best 58th position in the standings. India defeated Lebanon 4-2 in the semi-final of the SAF Championship in Bengaluru yesterday. The match entered into a penalty shootout as none of the teams could score any goal in the regular time as well as the extra time. Earlier, Kuwait entered the final of the SAF Championship by defeating Bangladesh in the first semi-final by a solitary goal. In the final, India will play against Kuwait on the 4th of July. Two-time champions West Indies failed to qualify for the 2023 ODI World Cup in India after suffering a shock 7-wicket defeat against Scotland in a Super 6 match of the qualifier in Harare yesterday. West Indies needed a win against the Scots to keep their slim qualification hopes alive, but were bowled out for 181. Riding on Matthew Cross and Brandon McMullen's knocks, Scotland chased down the target with 6.3 overs to spare. And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. Parliamentary Standing Committee to discuss Uniform Civil Code tomorrow. Centre assures Gujarat of all possible help in view of flood-like situation in various parts of the state. Army implements 3-tier security system including anti-drone teams and bomb squads for the Amarnath Yatra. IMD forecasts a fresh spell of heavy to very heavy rainfall over South Peninsular India from today. Unrest continues in France following the deaths of a youth in police firing. President Macron postpones visit to Germany, and Yuki Bhambri wins maiden ATP doubles title in Mallorca, Spain. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website newsonair.gov.in. And with that, we end the midday news.